Welcome back, everybody, to the Bourbon Judge. Taking it outside, right? It's summertime, it's beautiful weather. Might as well get out here and at least enjoy it. So for me, I'm outside on my back porch. In addition to drinking some bourbon, I got to read about some bourbon, right? I mean, you got to learn the history about bourbon and get some great information and some great insight into the history of bourbon, right? So today we're gonna go ahead and review a very unique bourbon. So this is Legent Bourbon. So Legent Bourbon, as it says here, is a Kentucky bourbon that's actually made by two gentlemen. Fred No, 7th generation master distiller, and then also, I'm going to apologize for this name, but Shinji Fukuyo. So I think I did a decent job there. So the two gentlemen came together. Shinji is a great blender of Japanese whiskey. So you got the Japanese whiskey, American bourbon, kind of coming together to really create a very unique bourbon, as we would call it in today's environment. So this bourbon, again, this one is 94 proof. If you end up trying it and liking it, you could find this for about $45, at least for the most part, right? Give or take a couple bucks. And then from a availability standpoint, typically pretty easy to find, right? This is brand new, so it's it's not something that's very challenging to find. You may have to go to maybe one or two liquor stores, maybe three, but not anything that's significant where you're driving around for hours and hours, right? What's also unique about this one is that in addition to being finished in the normal American oak barrels, this was also finished in wine and sherry casks. So it's a very unique process of taking the bourbon, and they age the bourbon, number one, for 4 years. So it's aged for 4 years, but the bourbon itself is actually aged in 3 different types of casks. You have your normal American oak barrels, you also have the sherry cask, and you also have the wine cask as well, right? So 3 different types of casks, and then it comes together by Shinji, who's going to blend it, and he blends it all together, so kind of brings out some very unique flavors and profiles. So let's go ahead and get into the nose real quick. Let's see what this one smells like. So you smell the sherry, smell the wine. Very, very sweet. It's not the traditional vanilla caramel off the nose, right? That's not the norm because of the sherry and the wine, right? Cask. Wow, you smell some raisins, some brown sugar. So from the nose by itself, this one is actually quite different, which is cool. All right, well, I can smell it all day, but the best thing about bourbon is actually tasting it, right? So let's go ahead and taste this. All right. You definitely taste the sherry and the wine. Has a little bit of a bite. For only being 94 proof, ooh, you feel that, I call it the tingling going down. You feel that tingling, right? You feel that burn. But not too bad, just a little bit. Let me go ahead and get a little bit more of this. So, it's smooth off the palate. Burns a little bit going down. You definitely taste the sherry and the wine. It changes slightly the profile of normal bourbon. Not dramatically, it changes it slightly. It enhances it. So, not bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this because I can't leave some good bourbon just in a glass. I gotta finish this, right? It's the only right thing to do. Smells good too. All right. Okay. So, this is good. We're going to go ahead and, as we always do, you got to say, Bourbon Judge, give me a verdict. Am I buying this? Am I leaving it on the shelf? What do I do? Well, the verdict is in. This is a buy, right? For $45, this is the buy. I'm going to say it's a buy with a caveat. If you are open to having bourbon that is not the traditional bourbon, it enhanced the flavor a little bit with the sherry and the wine cask. If you're open to that, then I would say this is a buy. For me, I am open to that. I love traditional Kentucky bourbon as this is. However, it's enhanced from the Obviously, the blending of the sherry and the wine cask, also from the Shinji, the Japanese distiller who blends the bourbon as well with Fred No. So it changes the profile a little bit. So if you're open to that, I would say this is a buy. If you are someone who says, you know what, I only love my straight American Kentucky bourbon, I don't want any sherry finish, I don't want any wine finish, then maybe this is not for you. But again, for me, this is something that I definitely do. I do enjoy it. I think it's pretty good. Especially for $45. I wouldn't pay any more than that. So if you find it for like $60 or $65, don't buy that. 40 to 45, definitely reasonable. Absolutely something that I think is worth sharing with your friends. For me, I like it also because it's a really good conversation starter, right? It's something that's outside the norm. The whole concept of, you know, blending with the Japanese distiller and Shinji along with Fred No. So it's a really good conversation starter and something I think is really, really good quality. So definitely a buy. Please, folks, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching today's video, and we'll see you soon, folks. Take care.